Okay, we're back with another episode of High Rated Edison, and today we have Empron with 979 versus Jarl 68 on 864. So both players just outside of the top 100, both fighting their way into it. Opening hands are a Quest, Judgment, a Quest, Mamillo, and a Torrential. So Glads, MST, Stratos, Miracle Fusion, Machina Force, Fortress, and Ocean. So this is going to be the hero Machina deck that's been gaining popularity recently. I think this deck's really cool, so let's see how Jarl does with it. So we're going to start with Stratos for Prisma. Sets the MST and passes. Draws into Darius. This hand is a little bit unfortunate because yeah, you kind of want the Aquests and the Darius in deck, so they're probably going to have a bit of urgency to get some of these back in rotation for later. So I'm going to set the TT now. Pass over, draw into another copy of Ocean. Yeah, so this deck is cool. Sometimes they're playing Crystal Seer, sometimes they're playing Snowman Eater. But sometimes now what they're also doing is just playing multiple copies of Ocean instead. So let's see how it goes off. So Ocean Summon, that's going to get that with Torrential. Going to pass now. Okay, a Quest is the choice. Probably indicates they might be on more than one Darius, because I feel like you'd probably want to put Darius out and get that back in deck before you put a Quest back, given that there's two of them most of the time. So maybe they are on two Darius. So getting in with the Quest now, swapping it out for the Retiari. Yeah, Retiari going to take out the Ocean. Yep, if you see two cards in grave and one's a hero and one's a water, you want to take out the one they have less of. So sets the Wabaku, sets the Solemn, and passes. Going to MST the back row. That's going to hit the Solemn. Yeah, if you're Empron, you're probably feeling pretty good about that. Draws into the Cyber Dragon now. Yeah, pitches the Force for the Fortress. Normal summons the Ocean. Yeah, going to try and get in now. That's going to get met with Wabaku, and they're going to bring out Bestiari on the back of that. So it uses the Miracle Fusion now for the Stratos and the Ocean on field for the Ab-Zero. Yeah, this is really good. I mean, they've got the Bestiari for the Geyserus play, but if they do, they're getting a card ripped out of their hand and they're losing their Geyserus. So, yeah, this is a... I mean, you probably got to do it right, but this is a rough position. So sets the trap stun. Uses the Mamillo and the Bestiari. Uses the Mamillo? I get there's only one Mamillo, but there's also probably only one Darius. Okay. Yeah, but they must be on two Darius. So the Geyserus now is going to get rid of the Darius for them by being ripped by the Machina Fortress and the Ab-Zero that's destroyed. That's going to blow up. Cyber Elton. Okay, this is a really cool card. If you've not seen this card, it's being played in the Machina hero deck. Just there's a few reasons. So what it does is it can only be special summoned by banishing all light machine monsters from your grave, and then its attack becomes the number of monsters banished for its special summon times 500. So Cyber Dragon is obviously a light machine monster, which is what you typically banish in it, and it's only really ever been summoned out by the 500 or 1000 attack, normally 500. When it is special summoned, though, you can send all other face-up monsters on the field to the graveyard. So the reason this is crazy is because it sends and because it does not target. So it gets around Stardust Dragon, it gets around Titanial, it gets around all the things. It doesn't trigger kind of destroyed grave effects. So yeah, really cool card. I really like seeing in this. And the other use is that the reason it's placed specifically in this deck is because it works with both engines. So Prisma can dump a Cyber Dragon by copying the fusion material for a Cyber Dragon fusion, and Machina Fortress can use it as one card material to summon it out of the grave because it's a level 10. So absolutely huge card in this deck. I'm really glad to see this has kind of found a home in Edison format, because I think it's such a cool card, but it's just never really had a good home before. So, and you're only really trying to use this with one Cyber Dragon at a time. You're normally playing multiple copies, so normally people play one or two, so you're only really trying to use it with one Cyber Dragon at a time. So Prisma going to come down now. Apologies for the rant, I just really think this card's cool. I'm going to get him for 17. Pass, draws the Compulse, sets and passes, draws the TT. Going to get him for another 17 now. That's going to be successful. Sets the TT and passes. Draws the Wobaku now. Okay, so they're going to quest, attack in, use the compulse to bounce the Prisma back to hand. Yep. Do some damage, and that's going to allow them to tag out. They're going to tag out into the Laquari. Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. I guess they wanted another request in deck. Well, sorry, they wanted it to be another Glad Beast, so they could bring back the Darius. But yeah, it wasn't. It was the request that they would have liked to have summoned off it. So yeah, Laquari is the right choice. Going to try and Torrential down. That's going to get met with Trap Stun. Going to set the Wobaku and pass. Draws into the Snowman Eater. Okay, so they are playing... Yeah, so they're playing Multiple Ocean, and they're also playing Excess Waters, like Snowman Eater. Okay, I wonder if we'll see a Crystal Seer as well. So, I'm going to start with Special Summon the Cyber Dragon, try and get in. That's going to get met with Wobaku. Okay, going to tag out. No? Okay, well now you definitely tag out for the Equest Adadarius, right? Glad Beast players, let me know. What do you do here? I'm under the impression that you probably want to like tag out the Laquari for the Equest and grab the Darius back if it's a one-of. If not, yeah, maybe Laquari's right. I don't know. It doesn't feel right though. Set the Snowman Eater and pass. Draws into the Chariot, sets and passes. Yeah, okay. They are learning. Yeah, they don't want to attack into this until the Chariot is live, which makes sense. Going to flip the Snowman Eater now. That's going to get hit with the Chariot. They're going to pitch the Eltonin to summon the Fortress now. Normal summon the Prisma. Going to try and get over this now. So 417. Yeah, I guess the... Oh, wow. Wow, they wanted to rescue cat. Jeez. I was just about to say, I clicked too fast. I was just about to say that I wonder if they'd have done this, the only difference would be that they have Darius in hand, and if this draw is going to be a Test Tiger, then that could have been quite significant. This is even more significant though. They don't even need an extra Glad Beast in hand. They've got Rescue Cat. So Rescue Cat coming out now. That's going to make Sam Knight and Test Tiger. Test Tiger. Swap out the Sam Knight now for... yeah, for the Laquari. Yeah, they're still not using a quest to pick stuff up. I get that Laquari is bigger than Prisma, but okay. Let's see. What they're clearly very well versed in this deck. Let's see how they do. So that's going to get over. That's going to tag out now for the Mamillo. Mamillo pop the Fortress. Yeah, this probably is the best play. Yeah, almost definitely. They're obviously getting another tag out, and the tag out from Mamillo clears the Fortress, which is nice. Obviously their opponent's drawn into stuff that gets around it, but still good move based on the information they knew. So pitching the Fortress now to bring out the Fortress. Sorry, pitching the Force to bring out the Fortress. Draws into the D prison. Jesus. Emperon is drawing like an absolute god right now. So trying to get in now. That's going to get banished. Set the Bottomless and pass. Draw Trap Stun set. Draw Starlight set. Draw D prison set. Draws another D prison, by the way. This is unreal. Okay. Draws into a Gear Frame now. So Gear Frame. Gonna add Fortress. Pitch both Fortresses. Yeah. Battle Phase. 18's fine. 25, not so much. So, wow. Draws into Test Tiger. That's rough. Gonna set it, trying to survive. Draws into Penguin Soldier. Wow, okay, if you haven't read this card in a decade or two, it's a flip effect card that bounces up to 2 monsters on the field back to the hand. I think up to means you can just do one and you can leave it on field if it survives an attack or whatever. But yeah, I assume this is just their kind of response to needing more waters, or feeling like they need more waters to keep Miracle Fusion for Ab-Zero alive all the time. But they are playing Snowman Eater, and obviously once you make one Ab-Zero, it's a water itself. Okay, their waters are Penguin Soldier and Snowman Eater. Okay, you can set the Penguin Soldier and pass, draw the D prison, set and pass, draw the D prison. Flip the Penguin Soldier to bounce. Ooh, do you bounce yourself? Because this is 750, and you've seen D prisons. I guess you've seen 2, so maybe you're not playing around the 3rd. Maybe you're trying to play around Mirror Force. Okay. Mirror Force hasn't gone, has it? No. Yes, they're probably trying to play around Mirror Force. Unfortunately, it is the D prison, so that's going to get rid of the gear frame. They're going to set the Penguin Soldier and their own D prison. Pass it back. Oh, just the Call of the Haunted with a Gyzeris engraved. Jesus. Okay. So their whole plan is basically just to win now. They're not trying to survive anymore. This is potentially a game push. Okay, so they're playing at least 2 Snowman Eater and the Penguin Soldier. So Penguin Soldier bouncing both back. I wonder if that's correct now, unless you just try and normal summon. Yeah, I don't know. They're at 700. This is 750. Maybe you do just try and go for it. I mean, it wouldn't be successful, but yeah, I mean, what? Okay. I guess they have the Starlight Road for the Gyzeris, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. So Call of the Haunted, gonna bring out the Gyzeris now. This is all kinds of wrong chaining, right? What? So it should have... No, this is wrong. It works out the same, I think. Okay, yeah, so it should have been Call of the Haunted. Bring this out. This targets Chain Starlight Road. Chain Traps done. Chain Bottomless. That should have been how this was played out. What? How does this... Okay, I'm thoroughly confused about what I've just seen. But... yeah. Okay. Okay. Jarl's a big defeat. We'll move on. Someone let me know how that was supposed to go down. Empron, they're actually, yeah, I mean, they've said it here. They've drawn crazy that whole game into a winning position. So opening hands in game 3 are Call of the Haunted, Bestiary, Chariot, Cyber Dragon, and Chariot, Fortress, Ocean, Storm, Force, Eater, and Compulse. So they're going to set the Compulse, set the Snowman Eater, and pass, draws into Smashing Ground. Okay, sets the Chariot and the Call of the Haunted, draws into Starlight Road. Okay, this is not bad. Bestiary in hand and all that. Sets the Heavy Storm as well, and the Starlight Road, so a few mind games, I guess. Draws into the Bottomless now, sets the Bestiary in the Bottomless, and passes. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of fine, isn't it? You probably wouldn't want to put it face up and try and attack into this, because you've seen Snowman Eater and Penguin Soldier. Friggin' Penguin Soldier. And yeah, you've got Call of the Haunted, so if it gets destroyed, you still have the option to, you know, make a Gyzeris with another Glad Beast later. So they're going to pitch Fortress to summon Fortress. That's going to get Bottomless. They're going to pitch Force to summon the other Fortress. That's all good. Going to attack into the Bestiary now. That's successful. Draws into the Quest. Nice. Okay, this is nice. So Quest's going to try and get in now. That's fine because they've got their Chariot set, which they're going to use. The Quest's going to bounce back, bring out the Darius. Darius summon out the Bestiary. Yeah, this is played really well. They're going to send both those back now. Obviously, they're not reading the Starlight Road, or maybe they are. Maybe they only target 1. Let's see. So they're going to target... oh, no, they've targeted 2. So, yeah, going to destroy that Gyzeris and bring out a Stardust Dragon. This is pretty rough. So, Smashing Ground coming down now. You're going to destroy the Stardust Dragon, or you're going to use the Stardust Dragon and lose it anyway. So, that makes sense. Set the Chariot. Still got Call of the Haunted down. And still got the Gyzeris, which was correctly summoned in Grave. So, this could be quite explosive now. So Battle Phase is going to try and go in with the Fortress. That's going to be successful. They're going to set the Solemn and pass. Yeah. I guess you don't have a way to clear up the whole field, but I feel like Call of the Haunted into the Geyserist there would have been pretty good. Cyber Dragon coming down now. Going to use both for that Chimera Tech. That's going to be at 2000. That's going to try and get in now. Yeah, Cho's not too solemn. I guess they're expecting they'll be okay with this. They have got Compulse down as well. All draws into Miracle Fusion. Jesus. Okay, they can get the Ocean on field and they can do this. So Miracle Fusion now. Pitches the Ocean and the Snowman Eater. The Ab-Zero. Yeah, this is good. Battle Phase is going to get in. That's going to be successful. Draws into the D Prison now. Call of the Haunted now for the Geyserus. Yeah, okay. Oh, I just feel like they're a bit late on that. So Compulse going to bounce the Geyserus back. And yeah, Ab-Zero is going to get destroyed. Mamillo coming out now. It's going to get out with a Solemn. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess. This pro set heavy is about to go crazy. I've just realised this is still a heavy storm set like turn 1 or 2. Yeah, so pro set heavy. Jeez, that's so rough. Well, 2 and a face-up Call of the Haunted that had been spent. So Prisma coming out now. Yeah, going to dump the Ocean by copying Terra Firma. And going to get in. Sets the Chariot, draws the Dust Tornado, Jesus. Gets him for 17 again. Sets the Dust. Draws into a Darius. Okay. Okay, they're going to Dust Tornado the back row now. Picks up another Dust Tornado. They're going to crash these. Yeah, I think you would. Stop, don't let them draw anything else. Okay. Sets the Dust Tornado, draws into the Equest. The Equest is going to get in. They are also pretty low on life now. Okay, they're going to bring out the Laquari, big 21 Laquari. Yeah, they did have a Bestiari to try and pop it, but I guess they chose not to. I guess this is just bigger than anything that, like, any of the Stratoses and stuff they can draw. Draws into the Cyber Elton now. They don't have a Cyber Dragon. I wonder if, I wonder if the play, I mean, I don't think it was, but I wonder if the play was actually Prisma, copy one of the Cyber Dragon fusions, dump a Cyber Dragon on the off chance you drew this, but I really don't think you can play that far into the future. They can pitch it for Fortress though, so that's not bad. Okay, sets the Test Tiger now trying to survive, picks up the Rotor, so they are probably not going to survive. Yep. And Empron sees it. Yeah, okay. Cool. Cool. Let's go to game 3. But the way Empron drew in the first game, I think it's fair that Jarl had a pretty good run of things there. Okay, it's game 3. I went way too fast there. So opening... Gonna do opening hands anyway. Opening hands were Quest, Chariot, D Prison, Bottomless, Book, and Smashing, Cyber Dragon, Fortress, Rotor, Trap Hole, Machina Gear Frame, and Dust. And they went with a Quest, Chariot, D Prison. That makes sense. Now he's going with Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon going to try and go in. That's going to get him with D Prism. Sets the Trap Hole, sets the Dust Tornado. Passes. Didn't choose to use a Gear Frame, search a Stratos. Yeah, that kind of just feels not right, but I guess they are concerned this is a Chariot and they are right to be concerned. So yeah, getting in for 16 now. Going to tag out for the Laquari. Main 2, they're going to set the Bottomless. Yeah, okay. Going to Dust Tornado the new set and pass. Draws into the Gauze. Gear Frame going off now. That's going to get him out with Chariot. Yep. Draws into the Cyber Dragon now. It's pretty good. So going to get him with the Laquari. Going to tag out for the Equest. Equest is going to grab the Chariot back to hand. Set the Chariot. Set the D Prison and pass. Yeah, Glad's feels like they're in a good position. This is so unbelievable though, this pickup of Miracle Fusion. Okay, so they're going to Rotor for the Stratos. Yep, Stratos coming down now. That's going to get met with the Chariot. Miracle Fusion now for the Gaia. Yeah, this is a D prison though, so this is rough. Gaia half and take the attack. That's going to get met with D prison, so it never mattered anyway. They're going to pass it on to the Rescue Cat. Oh, okay. Oh no. So, yeah. Okay. Quest just getting in. Yeah, I mean, after the whole double Chariot, that's rough. You're not going to want to try and even play through that. Okay. So, cool match. Glad's doing glad things. I think we picked up a couple of misplays, which we talked about. I wonder if any of them actually changed the course of the game. I don't think they did. Decks are really cool though. So this Machina Hero deck, one of my favourite in the format at the minute. I really like the kind of connection between the whole, I like the Cyber Elton in tech. I like that. I think it was weird to see Penguin Soldier, but it was quite funny. So I'll take it. But really the whole the hero match with the Machinas is just so good because, you know, Machina's pretty consistent, you know, making the fortress all the time. One thing they lack is kind of the big bomb cards, and I think that Absolute Zero is just one of the biggest bombs in the game. So putting them together is just really strong. I mean, you're ending up with three gear frames, one Stratos, so 4 Stratoses plus a Rotor, you know, maybe even an E-Call in there somewhere. You are making a lot of use of the resource gain that both of those decks kind of present, and then Miracle Fusion obviously just a hell of a card in this match. Not able to get it done today on this one, but you know, we really saw some potential there, and I think there's a couple of things they could have done differently, and maybe if they'd have done all of the things differently, they would have been able to win this. So showing that the deck is still pretty strong. Both of these guys are quite high rated, just outside of the top 100. So if you're seeing decks like this at this level, you know that it is doing all right. This Glad deck, unbelievable draws from Empron almost all the way through both matches, all three matches. Rescue Cat made an appearance here, didn't actually come out, but it's a hell of a card. So yeah, and when this went off in the first game, it was just unbelievable what a pickup that was. So really good to see it. Glad's grinding out this one, but ultimately, yeah, I think this was a really competitive game by two of probably the best decks in the format, by two of some of the highest rated players in the game. So a great one to watch, but yeah, Machina Hero couldn't do it today.